First of all, several months ago, Senator Lee went to Blanding and spoke, and he said something that was very helpful to me, personally and politically. He said, sometimes we don't want to say what we have to say, but we have to assert ourselves and our rights and say what needs to be said. So some of the things tonight are things I feel are important that need to be said, even though they're not real pretty sometimes for other points of view. But I don't want to offend anyone, but I do want to stand up for my right to say what I believe needs to be said. And one last area where I'm having a little problem with what's happening is disclosure. There seems to be a lack of disclosure, openness in some of what is happening in the county. When these large checks are paid to the design build company or to the school, there's been no mention in the commissioner's minutes when they're writing checks for $85,000 or $100,000 or even the $344,000. There's no mention in the commissioner's minutes to show the approval of those checks being written. And to me, it doesn't matter when the project was approved. When they make those payments, whether it's a year after the project was approved, it ought to be made a matter of the minutes. That's the historical record for the commissioners and what they've done, showing and the tracking those expenditures.
Do they publish a record of the checks they cut every month?
Mm-hmm. That used to be included in the commissioner's minutes, but it's no longer there. You could dig it out, which is what I've had to do, but you have to go dig it out. And in order to dig it out, you have to know that you want to go dig it out. It's just not, it's just not there. There's been kind of I don't know if there's been any kind of cover-up, and I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I just don't think there's the openness and the full disclosure that there ought to be. The land itself that was purchased, I can't find any commissioner's minutes at all. Even though the current commissioner was there at the closing, and he signed the closing documents when that check was issued and that land was purchased. But there's no mention in that week or the week of prior or after about that land purchase deal. That's kind of disturbing to me. I know there are people who are unhappy about the money being paid to the Four Corners School for the Canyon Country Discovery Center, and they put a lot of pressure on the commissioner about that. And he assured them in the fall of 2011 that, and there's one of them that he assured it to, wasn't it? Were you one of the three?
No.
He said, the county is no longer involved with the Four Corners School and the Discovery Center. Yet on February 10th of this last year, just a few months ago, he went up to the state legislature, to the subcommittee for the finance, with Ms. Ross, and introduced himself as the San Juan County Commission chairman and asked for $1 million for the Canyon Country Discovery Center. Never reported it in commissioners meeting before or after. Never has reported it. I have a real problem with that. I come from the old school of Calvin Black. You reported in commissioners meeting, and the commissioners knew what each of them, others was doing. Another thing that bothers me about that is the state legislature. I had a certain amount of money that was kind of a pool of money that people could come and make these requests for. The county had the library board wanted to go and request money from that to update and make some remodeling in the libraries that needed to be done. And the commissioners were going up there to get money, request money for that. And so he's up there competing competing with the libraries in essence for the school. Now neither one of them got their money because there wasn't enough to go around, but I'm just not comfortable with that kind of thing. If he had done that personally, he's entitled to that right, but not wearing the hat as a county commissioner. I believe public officials are accountable to the public for what they do as a public official. They must fully disclose whatever business they do in the name of the public. It's a protection to the public official as well when they're open about what they do. Openness and disclosure eliminate suspicion. When you have the lack of that, it violates the public trust and it promotes suspicion. Even if there's nothing really going on, it just, kind of enables that. Maybe there is something going wrong.